Did Shane Battier just try to rewrite NBA history to prop up LeBron James as the GOAT? Let's talk about it. Today we're diving into a recent comment made by former Miami Heat player Shane Battier that's been circulating online. It's the kind of comment that sounds harmless on the surface, but when you dig deeper you realize it's exactly the type of narrative that clouds the real greatness of Michael Jordan. Shane Battier, yes, the same Shane Battier who won 2 NBA Finals and NBA titles with LeBron James on the Miami Heat, recently shared his take on why he thinks LeBron is the greatest of all time. And guess what? His argument hinges on the fact that LeBron was able to win 2 championships with Battier himself as the starting power forward. It's an interesting take, but what makes it more interesting and a bit suspicious is that what Shane left out. And today I'm going to break it all down. Before we dive into the facts that Shane conveniently left out, let's set a stage by showing you exactly what he said. But first, welcome, my name is Paul, and this is The Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased, even though some people disagree, because any opposing opinion to weak people is always hating. Truth is truth, and I try to stand by that. Here's the clip.
We're going to be arguing Jordan versus LeBron forever.
I'm always going with LeBron for a simple reason. LeBron did something twice that Jordan, I don't think, could have done once. He won 2 NBA titles with Shane Battier as a starting power forward.
All right, now that you've seen the clip, and let's be honest, it's got a little bit of that look how great LeBron is, he even won with me vibe. Let's unpack this properly. Shane makes it sound like LeBron James dragged some YMCA team to 2 championships just because he was on the roster. And let's not forget, Shane was no scrub. In fact, he was one of the best defenders in the league at the time. He was known for his toughness, his ability to hit timely threes, and most importantly for being a defensive glue guy that every championship team needs. But that's not where the story ends. Because while Shane wants you to believe that LeBron was working miracles with some ragtag team, let's talk about what LeBron actually had on those Heat squads. Let's start with the obvious. Dwayne Wade, a top 5 shooting guard all time in many people's books. Wade was at his peak, a perennial all-star, and an NBA champion before LeBron even showed up. The man was a Finals MVP in 2006, carrying the Heat on his back to a title. Then you have Chris Bosh, a legit all-star and Olympic gold medalist. Bosh was one of the most versatile bigs in the game at the time, able to stretch the floor, play defense, rebound, and hit clutch shots. He was averaging around 18 points a game even as the third option on that team. And let's not forget Ray Allen, the same Ray Allen who hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history. The corner 3 in Game 6 of the 2013 Finals that saved LeBron's legacy against the Spurs. One of the best shooters the game has ever seen, period. So let's put that into perspective. LeBron didn't just have help. He had an arsenal of Hall of Famers around him. An entire armory of stars who could get their own shots and carry the load on any given night. Let's talk about numbers because that's another thing Shane didn't mention. During the 2011-2012 season, the Miami Heat Big 3, just the Big 3 on its own, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, they combined for a whopping 67.2 points per game in the regular season and the playoffs. That's more than half the team's scoring coming from just 3 players. In 2012-2013, it was slightly lower, but still an insane 65 points a game from those 3 alone. That level of support is something Michael Jordan never had, not even close. Let's look at Jordan's title teams. His second best scorer was usually Scottie Pippen, who, yes, was a Hall of Famer and an all-time great defender. But let's keep it real, Scottie averaged 16 points a game for his career. That's solid, but nowhere near Wade's level offensively or even Bosh's at the time. After Pippen, he had guys like Horace Grant and Dennis Rodman, both fantastic defenders and rebounders, but their offensive games were limited. I mean, Rodman was literally a single-digit scorer who had no bag at all and made his living off hustle and defense. Jordan's centers, Bill Cartwright, Luke Longley. Serviceable big men, but not stars by any stretch of the imagination. And yet, Jordan had to carry the scoring load every single night. He wasn't just expected to get 30 points. He was expected to get 35 or 40 on many nights just for the Bulls to win. In his playoff runs, Jordan averaged 30 points a game nearly every postseason, while facing defenses that were a lot more physical and less spaced out than today's NBA. Meanwhile, LeBron James' teams had the luxury of giving him a breather. Wade or Bosh could step up and drop 25 on any given night. Jordan never had that luxury. So when Shane Battier says that LeBron did something twice that Jordan never could do, and meaning winning with Battier as his starting power forward, it's not only misleading, it's borderline disrespectful. What Shane fails to mention, and what every LeBron apologist conveniently forgets, is that those Miami teams were loaded. LeBron had the equivalent of a nuclear arsenal at his disposal. Jordan had a Swiss Army knife and still managed to carve up the entire league. Nowhere in Battier's statement does he mention his own elite defensive presence. Nowhere does he mention that LeBron had multiple Hall of Famers by his side. Nowhere does he mention Ray Allen saving the day with a clutch 3. Instead, he tries to make it sound like LeBron was playing with a YMCA roster, like he was dragging a bunch of G League call-ups to the promised land. This is exactly why the GOAT debate gets so heated. It's not about stats alone. It's about context. It's about the reality of the rosters these players played with, the competition they faced, and the era they dominated. Michael Jordan didn't stack the deck. He didn't jump ship when things got tough. He stayed in Chicago, took his lumps, and built a dynasty. LeBron, he ran, he left Cleveland when he couldn't get it done, joined forces with Wade and Bosh, and still managed to lose in the 2011 finals to a single superstar in Dirk Nowitzki and a bunch of role players while averaging 17 points a game and getting outplayed by a Jason Terry. Jordan didn't need a super team. He was the super team by himself. He was the guy who walked into the gym and made everyone around him better, through sheer force of will and an unrelenting drive to win. So Shane, with all due respect, let's not pretend LeBron James winning 2 titles with you as his starting power forward is some magical feat that Jordan never could have done. Because Jordan did more with less, time and time again. And that's why when we talk about the GOAT, it's not just about rings. It's about how you got them. It's about who you had to fight to get them. And it's about what you had or didn't have around you when you were winning them. LeBron had a big 3, plus one of the greatest shooters ever. Jordan had Pippen and a bunch of guys whose names you only remember because they played with Michael Jordan. So let's keep it real. Shane Battier is a smart guy and a great player. But let's not let him or anyone else rewrite history to prop up a narrative. Because when it comes to who did more with less and who really carried his team, Michael Jordan stands alone at the top. That's the real story, and it's one that needs to be told over and over and over again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Shane Battier's comment out of line, or does he have a point in your opinion? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, keep it real. Thanks for watching The Basketball Show. I'm Paul, and I'll see you in the next video.